मैं अगर वर्ड ट्रॉमा यूज करता हूँ या सुनता हूँ, इस वर्ड का मतलब क्या होता है?
ट्रॉमा का मतलब सिर्फ बड़े ट्रॉमास नहीं है.
What exactly is inner child?
That inside you, no matter how old you are, that wounded child is still operating in your life today as that 7-year-old self. Your soul is so powerful that it chooses the time of birth, the parents that you're going to be born to, the kind of life you're going to live, the kind of lessons you're going to learn, and your time of death.
कुछ लोग अपने पेन से बहुत जल्दी निकल जाते हैं and some just take forever. How does that happen?
Body stores emotions, body stores energy, and whenever there is a emotional wound or a psychological wound or a physical wound, the body keeps score of everything. I was sexually abused at the age of 13 in my own home by a trusted adult.
If someone is authoritatively telling me to do something, but I didn't take it as a trauma, what do you have to say about it?
Every individual deals with situations differently, Devashri. No two humans can react in the same way.
What's the best way to handle your emotion? Is it like confronting it, pain के through निकलो, रो उस वक्त, or you just let the emotion fade away, understand it better?
बहुत जरूरी है उसको इमोशन को प्रोसेस करना अनुज. उसको पी जाना ज्यादा डेंजरस है.
Like we don't acknowledge our pain or trauma.
You're trying to numb your pain by replacing love or feeling of safety with substance.
If somebody has grown into a household where emotions को अच्छे से express नहीं करते हैं, how does it impact the way they handle the pain in their life?
They exactly handle it the same way they handle it like a child.
Give me an example कि ये जो unhealed trauma है, उसके relationship, marriage में कैसे आएगा वो?
So somatic means everything that you have felt.
How do you deal with your own emotion? Or is it like very emotionally draining for you?
No, not at the moment. The reason why it's not emotionally draining for me now is because at the moment I am not operating on my pain.
There is another person who is going through the same emotional disturbed space right now. किसी चीज में मन नहीं लग रहा है. How this person can break free that emotional disturbed space?
You need help. Please reach out to somebody.
What's the one mantra or affirmation that you live by?
Respect yourself first. The most important thing.
Hi Madhvi, thank you so much for flying from all the way from Delhi to be a part of this podcast and share your insights on trauma healing. It really means a lot to us and to our audience.
Thank you, Anuj, and thank you, Devashri, for calling me here. It is such an honor to do this with you guys.
Definitely. So let's directly jump into the topic. मैं अगर वर्ड ट्रॉमा यूज करता हूँ या सुनता हूँ, इस वर्ड का मतलब क्या होता है?
ट्रॉमा का मतलब सिर्फ बड़े ट्रॉमास नहीं है. हमारी लाइफ के बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे एपिसोड्स भी अक्यूमुलेट होकर हमें ऐसे घाव देते हैं, ऐसे इम्पैक्ट दे जाते हैं विच समटाइम्स आर मच डीपर टू डील विथ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हम जब साइंस के पर्सपेक्टिव से बात करते हैं तो इसको 2 कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड किया गया है. द ट्रॉमा कम्स इन 2 फॉर्म्स. वन इज़ द बिग टी ट्रॉमा, जैसे कि बड़े इवेंट्स, किसी को फायर का एपिसोड हो गया, कोई एक्सीडेंट हो गया, somebody lost a limb, that is big trauma for them. On the other hand, there is another category which is called small t traumas, जिसके अंदर emotional hurt, betrayal, cheating, manipulation, gaslighting, heartbreak जैसी चीज़ें आती हैं. Now they are not directly impacting your physical body and they are not impacting you on a very larger scale, but then they go much deeper and they sting you much deeper even though they are tiny in size.
So in short, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि trauma is just not only associated with the big life changing events.
Yes.
It's also linked with the smaller wounds that we carry with us throughout our life.
Very much.
So you are a trauma and inner child healer and can't wait to go more deeper into it. But before that, I want to go back and want to understand what exactly led you to this profession or this path. Was there any personal moments or any events that led you to choose this path?
Thank you for asking. This is a kind of work that you cannot do unless you're emotionally, personally invested in it. And I'm very deeply personally invested in this work because I'm a trauma survivor myself, turned into a trauma coach and a healer. I was sexually abused at the age of 13 in my own home by a trusted adult. that changed everything for me as a child. And that broke my understanding of safety, that broke my understanding of self, that broke my understanding of what and who I could trust. So my journey began very early on in life. By the time I turned 15, I'd already turned to spirituality. So at the age of 16, I incurred authority abuse in school. By the time I turned 19, I'd already seen being beaten up black and blue with a fractured nose. I'd seen a lot of life till I turned 19. By 20, I'd seen it all. By 20, I was ready to take on life as an adult.
Thank you for sharing this. I already got goosebumps, and I mean, I it is so important to know this because you know you are actually someone who experienced the trauma, different kind of trauma. You said not only one event back to back, and authority. Let's talk about that a little more because I mean, even I didn't know it's a trauma because even last podcast we had a psychotherapist, and there I spoke about authority problem because even I have this issue. So if someone is facing this due to authority, because I cannot take authority, and societal norms, if someone is being authoritatively telling me to do something, but I didn't take it as a trauma. What do you have to say about it? Like,
Every individual deals with situations differently, Devashri. No two humans can react in the same way. Like, for in your case, you did not take it as authority. I succumbed to authority. I became so tiny in my self respect and my self esteem that my voice would shiver. The Madhvi that you see today is not the Madhvi that happened at that point in time. I couldn't even talk in front of two people. My voice would shiver.
so as a child, when there's so much of authority and you cannot respond to that, eventually you become an introvert, and you cannot your confidence gets shattered. Is that what you're trying to say?
So, as I said, that there could be different reactions coming from different people. Okay, let's take an example of somebody who got authority wound in their childhood. Let's take two children. One becomes absolutely scared and fearful and deals with anxiety. The other one says, I don't care, and becomes a rebel. Both are polarities, both are exact opposites of, the same coin, but then how this person will respond to authority and how this person will respond to authority will be absolutely different. But the wound may be the same.
So what changed when you hit 20? You said things got changed when you turned 20, but from 13 till 20, if 20-year-old Madhvi can go back to the 13-year-old Madhvi and can share one wisdom as a trauma healer, what that one thing you can share to the 13-year-old Madhvi?
13-year-old Madhvi needed safety. She really did not know who to trust. She saw threat everywhere. Meaning, this person who sexually abused me used to come home, posed as my teacher. How is teacher supposed to be in a child's life?
Like a guardian,
Somebody who shapes the person, the child future,
It's the energy of a guru.
Yeah, you learn. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Right? Now, when that person was sexually abusing me, and that person threatened me, that if you ever go and tell this to anybody, I'm going to put this on you, that you are responsible for it. And so I was extremely scared of sharing this information with my family members. My mother kind of gauged. She asked me. And when I nodded and I said, yes, there is something like this happening, she took a very strong step to protect me. She threw the man out and never let him come back. But in those times, handling a sexual abuse case in your own home with your teenage daughter was never easy. The communication channels were not so easier back then. Nobody would talk about this topic. In my case, my parents did not talk about it to me, thinking we don't want to touch upon her raw wound. They were being extremely sensitive and extra cautious towards me. But how it landed in my world was that I brought them shame. Exactly how that man threatened, I have done that and I have caused them so much trouble and pain. So I went into guilt and fear and shame of it.
This is happening everywhere, and we see it in the movies. There are cases that we listen to or hear in the newspapers. So, someone like you have experienced it in your life, someone who is experiencing it and not able to speak through it or not able to share, how do you heal from that?
So what I do, Debashri, in my programs is I first help them identify what they are dealing with. Because when you don't even know what is troubling you the most, because in your daily life, you will not see that this is my trauma that is troubling me. You will only see symptoms or situations not working well in your life. For example, you may come, or a person may come to me and say, Madhvi, my relationships are not working well, or I've not been able to succeed in my profession, or I have trouble communicating to my partner, or there could be very mundane life situations, but then that's my job to help them identify where was the cause of this situation in your life. What brought you to this point? What caused this situation in your life? What is the root cause of this issue in your life? That's my job as a coach, as a healer.
कुछ लोग अपने पेन से बहुत जल्दी निकल जाते हैं and some just take forever. How does that happen?
हम ये बिल्कुल नहीं कह सकते कि कितने टाइम में हीलिंग होगी. When people come and ask me, आप मुझे बताइए कितने सेशंस लगेंगे for me to fully heal? And I tell them, I absolutely have no clue. क्योंकि किसी इंसान का wound कितना गहरा है मैं नहीं जान सकती. कोई भी नहीं जान सकता. There is no meter to it, no. Like to measure temperature, we have a thermometer. To measure speed, we have that meter. I don't know what that meter is called on that in our car. Speedometer. We can see speed, but we cannot measure how deep the wound is.
As a child, inner child trauma that you've gone through, how does it make you see the world and shape you as an adult right now?
Interesting question. So for example, एक 7 साल के बच्चे के लाइफ में वुंड आया, ठीक है. आज वो 7 साल का बच्चा 50 साल का हो गया, ठीक है. 50 साल का आदमी भी आज उस 7 साल के बच्चे का ही वुंड जी रहा है. That means what happened to that 7-year-old child still remains inside that 50-year-old man. So every time this man has to take a decision, who's deciding? The 50-year-old? No. The 7-year-old is taking decisions on behalf of that 50-year-old. That's where the issues begin.
Earlier, when we just met before filming this, you said you are a body trauma healer. So,
Body psychotherapist.
body psychotherapist. So, how does trauma affect your body?
Body stores emotions. Body stores energy. And whenever there is a emotional wound or a psychological wound or a physical wound, the body keeps score of everything. The body holds on to that particular energy, that emotion, and it remains. आज अगर एक कट लग जाता है तो the scar remains for a while. But then the minute something happens, your hand reaches out to that wound because that's your natural reflex कि यहाँ कुछ हुआ था. Your body will always remember in terms of feelings, in terms of emotions. आपको एपिसोड के डिटेल्स शायद बातों में याद नहीं रहे, फीलिंग्स में ज़रूर याद रहेंगे. If I ask you, Debashri, do you remember how you felt with your mom when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You do, right?
Yeah.
How do you remember that? Whatever age you are at today, can you take the same feeling of how you were in your mom's lap?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's exactly. So body remembers emotions and feelings.
Like, I remember her presence all the time because I was a very introvert girl, even now. But yeah, of course, it's contradicting because my profession is such that I am always in limelight. But when I'm not in front of camera, I'm actually very introvert and socially awkward, which I've previously also spoken. As a child, also, I was very introvert, and my mom used to be my best friend. So I wouldn't go anywhere without her. You know, I still have very less friends now. In fact, one or two, and even then, I couldn't make friends. So my mom was very very close to me, and she was like she would. I used to learn Kathak. She used to go for my classes. She used to go for my picnic. She used to be everywhere. You know, like a cocoon.
Guardian.
So I remember her that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how passionately she spoke about her mother?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That you always remember feelings.
So if somebody has grown into a household where emotions को अच्छे से express नहीं करते हैं, how does it how does it impact the way they handle the pain in their life?
They exactly handle it the same way they handle it like a child. Like I was telling you about the 50-year-old example, that the 50-year-old man will behave exactly like the 7-year-old self. I'll give you an example. There was this person that came to me and said, every time I face my father, I feel powerless. And he's a big businessman. Like he's got a big empire. But yet, every time he faces his father, he feels powerless. And I backtracked him, and as a child, he was punished by his father. And every time he wanted something, he needed his father's permission. The father wouldn't approve of so many things. So there was major control and major no autonomy over yourself, and you had to take permission from your elders to do certain things, or everything rather. It carries forward even when you are a 50-year-old man.
I can relate to that because I'm someone who cannot express very easily.
So what is the way forward for this person?
Yeah.
Like
So
who?
imagine this man, even though he owns a big empire, still is looking for authority. Wants to be the authority, but cannot exercise his authority because his father is still sitting there telling him what to do, what not to do.
How do you break through this?
You go back to the childhood and heal that 7-year-old.
So let's understand inner child now. What exactly is inner child?
This is exactly what inner child is. That inside you, no matter how old you are, that wounded child is still operating in your life today as that 7-year-old self, or whatever age. I'm just giving you 7 years as an example, but it could be whatever age. That inner child is still taking those decisions on your behalf. And now imagine business decisions, money decisions, emotional relationship decisions being taken by that 7-year-old self. How would they be? Either you may throw a temper tantrum, you may react, you may go hide in your shell, you may get angry on people, you may not want to talk, you may behave. Yeah, so your inner child means that we are healing that wounded child that sits inside you and operates in your life. And you are thinking, I am coming from my 50-year-old self, but you're not.
How do you actually heal?
So when somebody comes to me, they don't know what they're dealing with, right? It's my job to help them, first of all, identify what are the wounds they have based on what account they give me. For example, this man came and told me that he has authority issues with his father, and his father does not even give him the power to decide even now. So what did I do? I backtracked him to his childhood to understand what was his life like when he was growing up.
Okay.
The first 7 years of your life are the ones that form the primary base of everything in your life. By the time you have reached the age of 7, you have already lived through so many experiences that now you have concluded that this is the way life is, and this is how people behave, and this is how situations are, and this is the way how father behaves, this is the way how mother behaves, and this is who I am.
So you recognize it is through your therapy, and then how do you work on it to get over it?
So, and then I age regress them to take them back to that point, to process that wound, heal it at the core, and reprogramming. The third step is to reprogram them to a new reality, for them to now start operating on their new self or what they want to create. For example, a person who lost their confidence at a young age, I help them develop that confidence so that in today's time and age, when they're living a practical life, they don't operate from their wounds, but rather from their newfound self-confidence.
So now
It's an entire journey.
sorry. So now this person knows
Yeah.
कि उसकी problem क्या है. That he becomes powerless in front of his father.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, if somebody is going through something, but they're not able to figure out why they're feeling and how they're getting stuck, they're not able to label that as a trauma. They cannot go back कि ये पापा के कारण है. How that person, if it comes to you, he is in a very uncertain space. He's going through something, but he's not sure. How you can help him identify that what exactly his nature of problem is. Like in this case, is powerless against his father.
You don't have to identify it as trauma. That's my job. As a human being, आप तो अपनी लाइफ के सिचुएशन से डील कर रहे हो ना, या नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तभी तो आप कोच के पास जा रहे हो, हीलर के पास जा रहे हो, या थेरेपिस्ट के पास जा रहे हो. एंड आई डोंट इवन टॉक इन दिस लैंग्वेज कि ये वाला वुंड है, ये वाला वुंड है. इट डजंट इवन हैव टू बी प्रोनाउंस्ड दैट वेज. माय जॉब एज अ कोच इज टू हेल्प माय क्लाइंट गेट आउट ऑफ देयर सिचुएशन.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't have to
I don't have
torment.
to label it. Absolutely not. It's not necessary to label it. अगर हम लेबल्स में जीना शुरू कर देंगे ना अनुज, तो हम लेबल में ही अपने आप को भी लेबल करना शुरू कर देते हैं. बिकॉज आई हैव दिस, नो आई विल बिहेव लाइक दिस. योर माइंड ऑल्सो बिहेव्स लाइक दैट.
So
Yes.
this inner child traumas can affect a lot of areas of your life, right? Like relationship, even career, health, even manifesting something, right?
Yes. It affects the kind of boss you will have, the kind of life partner you will have, the kind of people you will attract in your life, the kind of opportunities you will attract in your life, the kind of money you will have in your life. Everything is a decision based on what you believe about yourself.
So give me an example. I'm so sorry. Give me an example कि ये जो unhealed trauma है,
हाँ.
उसके relationship marriage में कैसे आएगा वो? How it
मैं अपना एग्जाम्पल देके बताती हूँ. मेरी स्टोरी से शुरू करती हूँ. मैं आपको बताती हूँ दैट इन स्कूल आई वॉज सिवियरली पनिश्ड फॉर बंकिंग अ क्लास. Because at the age of 13, I dealt with sexual abuse. I was dealing with major anxiety and depression and massive sadness in those years. But उस टाइम पे क्या था ना, ये लैंग्वेज नहीं थी हमारे पास, ये टूल्स नहीं थे, हम कोचेस नहीं थे उस टाइम पे. उस टाइम पे टूल्स था कि हमें किसी मेडिटेशन क्लास में बिठा दिया एंड यू नो स्पिरिचुअलिटी का रास्ता दिखा दिया मेरे पेरेंट्स ने, विच ग्रेटली हेल्प मी. बट वहाँ एक्सप्लेनेशंस नहीं थे, वहाँ साइंस बेस्ड काम नहीं हुआ. सो आई रियली डिड नॉट हैव एन एक्सप्लेनेशन टू व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग इनसाइड मी. नाउ बाय द टाइम आई टर्न 15, I was so disconnected from myself and I was so disconnected from my world. I was dealing with a lot of sadness, and one day I bunked a history class and I sat on the basketball court. My vice principal caught me hold from my collar and he took me straight to the principal's office and said, look, this girl is bunking a class. This is grade 10. We have to do something about it, because if this becomes the norm, then everybody's going to bunk. So I became the
example?
scapegoat to set an example. So they made me stand in front of the entire batch and lectured me on what discipline is and how I should behave, and that was massively humiliating to me. When 180 students looking at you with eyes of judgment and you're feeling ashamed and humiliated of bunking a class and being irresponsible, it shut me off. They changed my bus, my school, ostracized me from all sides. I felt absolutely lonely and betrayed by the very people who were supposed to look after me. the very people that were supposed to show me the guiding light, I actually felt cheated and betrayed by my school authorities. And because my parents were second generation, my mom is a second generation, I'm a third generation teacher. So my parents' faith in education systems was far greater than mine. And when this happened, like any good parents, civilized parents, my parents also went to the principal's office and said, whatever you feel right, we trust you. If you think punishment is the route to take, go ahead.
So, since you're talking about parenting, and there is a certain way of parenting, अभी तो बदल गया है, but हमारे time में, तो like they think कि this is the way of parenting. How would you address those people? और parenting के बारे में आप क्या बताना चाहेंगे कि parenting की वजह से भी बहुत inner child traumas रह जाते हैं, most of them.
At that point in time, I decided that I'm not going to be this kind of a parent who does not listen to the child and listens to authority figures. And I did exactly that with my children. I never let them succumb to authority. I became their shield and I taught them how to protect themselves in situations like these. That's what my learning was from my situation. But then what happens is that as a child, I felt disconnected from my authority figures and I felt completely cheated and betrayed by them, equally by my parents who did not stand up for me at that moment. Even though my parents are highly educated, very sensitive towards a child's needs and everything. But then just because their belief system said, कि ये system है, इसको follow करना होता है, and they said, आप decide कीजिए, you know best. As the head of the organization, they gave up their power there. And I wanted my parents to stand up for me.
Do you think society also has a lot of contribution towards inner child trauma?
Huge. I was a fat, cute kid. So, you know, in India, in North India especially, when you're a girl, even though you're cute, but you're fat.
Lot of women, especially women, I feel their inner child trauma comes from society because there's a certain set of rules that you have to follow, that you have to get married, you have to have a child. And a lot of women cannot express like how we can and take a stand. What do you say about that? Like, what would you tell them?
It's very unfortunate that even though women are Durga, Shakti, Kali, and yet they don't know their own power. It is really sad. And when they come to me and I shake them up and I say, do you even know how really powerful you are? Do you even understand the power you possess of a person who can give life to life? You are that powerful.
And a lot of time I feel that there's a certain, even women make women feel that way, or
It's mostly women only,
Yeah.
Devashri. In my experience, it was all women.
and the standard of like our previous mothers or like पहले के जो women थे एक set of life जीते हुए आए हैं and they feel that यही सही है.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, yes.
And then the daughters and the son, they also become like that. Even if they don't want to do it, they're pressurized to do it.
Agreed.
And that is when the inner child gets affected.
Yes,
And the trauma.
that's true.
So while I was preparing for this podcast, there is the word that came in front of me were like somatic diseases and how it create illnesses. Can you help me understand what is a somatic disease and how it
Soma means emotions.
somatic? Soma.
Anything that is arising from emotions is somatic.
Okay.
Everything that you feel is soma,
Oh, that's new to me. Soma. I didn't know that.
right? So somatic means everything that you have felt. Now, diseases or psychosomatic means that it arises from an unhealed emotion that gets stuck inside you at a particular point in time. And when you don't heal that particular emotion, it sits there and it's like stagnant water, Anuj. When we leave stagnant water somewhere, what happens? It contaminates, right? And it creates mucky ground for mosquitoes to breathe. That's exactly how it happens with our emotions. When we don't release them at the right time, कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, इमोशन फ्रीज हो जाती है आपके अंदर, आप अटक जाते हो वहां पे, एंड यू आर अनएबल टू लेट इट गो. इन दोज मोमेंट्स वो वहीं अटक गया तो वो पेन बन के धीरे 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 बढ़ता जाएगा और बीमारी बन जाएगी. दिस इज व्हाट इट मीन्स दैट diseases are psychosomatic. All illness is psychosomatic. In my study, from where I'm coming from what I have learned through all these years, that every disease has an emotion related to it. An unhealed emotion sitting inside your body, which remains unprocessed for so many years, can lead you to disease.
So tell me with an example, if emotional unresolved emotion, or how it is linked to physical illness then.
So when I went through authority abuse, the message that I received, as an emotional message that I received from my school and from my parents, that it is my responsibility to make them happy. That I have to be a good child for my parents to be happy parents. I need to be a good girl for my school to be happy with me. So it became my responsibility, and I started carrying that burden on my shoulders. And at a very young age in life, I developed cervical spondylitis.
Your suppressed emotion was
Yes.
to make everybody happy,
Happy.
and that was your task given to you, and that was resulted into your
They
physical
did not
illness.
say it. I gauged that they want I should behave a certain way, and if I behave a certain way, they will be happy with me. And if because I haven't behaved a certain way, they are not happy with me. So I started overdoing everything. I started to become a very good girl. I became this docile, yes mummy, yes papa girl. Never demanded a thing in my life.
Then in future you outbreak at certain
Yes, of
situation.
course.
So this emotionally disturbed Madhvi, जिसको अब किसी चीज में मन नहीं लग रहा है उसका, how there is another person who is going through the same emotional disturbed space right now, किसी चीज में मन नहीं लग रहा है, how this person can break free that emotional disturbed space?
You need help. Please reach out to somebody. मुझे 20 साल लगे अनुज to break out of it. Because तब tools नहीं थे, तब ये जगहें नहीं थी, तब ये retreats नहीं थे, तब ये spiritual work का opportunity नहीं था. So I was telling Anuj that I became a good girl and I never demanded anything in my life. And because I had held it up so tight, it took me 20 years to heal my own wounds. It was a very long journey for me because back then there were no tools that I had that were appropriate, that could work for me. And the only tools that I had was my spiritual practices, which did help me greatly, but they did not give me the scientific know-how of what exactly was happening to me. So it took me a lot of training, a lot of my own self-work for me to figure it out. And then I went to the world's best teachers and masters to learn about it and heal my own wounds.
A person who faced physically, mentally 13 से 20 साल तक की आपकी एक स्ट्रगल रही थी, 20th के बाद सब कुछ चेंज हो गया. What was the part, safe place you finally related after 20th? If a person is going through trauma, या फिर somebody don't know he's going, वो अपनी लाइफ में सेफ स्पेस किसको कैटेगराइज कर सकता है? या फिर if I know somebody who's going through a trauma and I know maybe he or she is not able to name it, मैं उसके लिए safe space कैसे create कर सकता हूँ मैं?
It's very important for you to identify certain people in your life wherein you can absolutely find that safety. But कभी-कभी बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है because when your trust is broken at a very young age, even if you want to trust, you will be very wary of it. और बहुत बार ऐसे होता है that the trauma pattern will keep repeating, that आप ट्रस्ट कर लोगे फिर दिल टूटेगा, फिर ट्रस्ट करोगे फिर दिल टूटेगा. ये भी होता है. सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जैसे ही आपको लगे ना मेरी लाइफ में कुछ गड़बड़ हुई है या कोई पेन आया है, सबसे पहले जाकर अपने आप को एनरोल करो, टेक हेल्प, या तो किसी कोच का या तो थेरेपिस्ट का, बट जस्ट रिसीव हेल्प. द गुड न्यूज़ इज दैट इन टुडेज टाइम्स देयर इज सो मच अवेलेबल. इतना रिसोर्सेज हैं, इतना इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रीली अवेलेबल है. आज हमारे पास सोशल मीडिया है. बैक देन वी डिड नॉट हैव दिस टॉक. आज मुझे सबसे पहले ये सवाल पूछा जाता है, माधवी, द वर्ड ट्रॉमा हैज बिकम ए वेरी misused word.
Misused word. That's so correct. That's so correct.
But I say that on the contrary, I'm very happy. Even if it is misused, at least it has become a household word.
Yeah, people are having conversations about it, taking a step
Yeah.
forward and reaching out to people, and that is so it's a good thing that is happening.
अभी मेरी क्लास में किसी ने मुझे बोला, मैंने सैयारा देखी माधवी, मुझे फिर से ट्रॉमा हो गया. I said, that's not trauma. And you can't trivialize the word so much कि आप उसको इस लेवल तक ले आओ. You know? Yes, I can understand that it touched a chord inside you. आपका कोई emotion trigger हो गया उससे. I absolutely get that. But उससे trauma हो गया is a very wrong notion.
So, someone like you who went through sexual abuse or even other kind of abuses by someone whom you have trusted so much, could be siblings, mother, father, teacher. Is it easy to forgive, and does it really help? Forgiveness?
Not at the age and stage of when trauma is alive inside you. Forgiveness is not the first thing that can happen in a trauma case, especially. Forgiveness is one of the very advanced levels of healing. And it cannot happen in the first case with trauma. So my spiritual practices told me, forgive, 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 and let it go.
Forgive, forget, let it go. We say it, yeah.
It doesn't happen like that, Debashri. When we come to practicality of it, my instinct would say that I really wanted to hold that person by the collar and give him one tight slap of what he did, or beat him up, or do something horrible to him. My inner core was so angry and upset. And here my learned masters were telling me, forgive, forgive, forgive. And I said, this is absolutely contrary to what my inner core is telling me to do. And so when I created my programs and when I started working in my own independent style, I stopped talking about forgiveness in the first stage of healing. Forgiveness comes at a much later state when you have processed the charge of that emotion.
And how do you process it?
So you process it by going back to that moment and releasing what is stored inside. आपके अंदर गुस्सा अटक गया देवश्री अगर, और आप उस गुस्से को आप सोच रहे हो कि ये वैनिश हो जाएगा. कैसे वैनिश हो जाएगा? You have to release that anger. You have to give it a vent. You have to give it a way out. You have to let it out in a healthier way. I mean, of course, I will never ask somebody to go and beat up somebody. जैसा मेरा मन करा था कि I want to go and beat up that person who sexually abused me. But definitely in today's times, I can't do that. That's taking law in my hands, right? Nobody should do that. And I'm telling you as a, as a disclaimer, please be very careful when you're processing your emotions. Never take law in your own hands. No matter how much deeply your mind wants to do those things, do not. Find healthier, more appropriate, and under supervision ways to vent out and release those pent up emotions.
But at that moment, it becomes very difficult to even find help,
Yes. Reach out to somebody. Today if you type the word trauma on Instagram, let's say, how much help can you find?
A lot.
A lot. You type the word trauma on YouTube, how much help will you find? So much. More than you ask for. Whoever you resonate with, uske paas chale jao. Find a path that you can walk on. Walk on it for some time. Process those wounds. उस anger को process करो, उस fear को process करो, उस guilt को process करो, उस shame को process करो. ये बहुत deep-seated emotions है, and they may take some time. They may take repetitive attempts for it to start releasing. And once it starts to release, you will start to get relief.
So मैं आपसे दो क्वेश्चंस पूछता हूँ. Something you can give me answer through your example or in general based on your experience. When we talk about forgiveness, is it more about forgiving that situation, that person who is responsible for creating this chaos, or is it you forgiving yourself to be in that situation where you have no fault of it, but still you forgive yourself, you exempt yourself, whatever has happened to you, it happened, it's supposed to happen, but galti tumhari nahi thi. Which is the, in your approach, through your journey, through your experience, is it forgiving the person who caused it, or is it forgiving you to come out of it fast?
These are two different stages of forgiveness. They are not different, but they're two different stages.
Which one comes earlier?
And if you allow me, can I take the spiritual route and show you what it looks like from the perspective of forgiveness? Because this is a very deep-seated topic to talk about forgiveness, right? When we talk about any episode, any wound from the perspective of soul, your soul is so powerful that it chooses the time of birth, the parents that you're going to be born to, the kind of life you're going to live, the kind of lessons you're going to learn, and your time of death. This is your blueprint. Who chooses? You as a soul. So when you as a soul choose the premise, right? अब आप मान लो हम फ्रेंड्स हैं, हम 3 दोस्त हैं, हमने डिसाइड किया कि हमें ना, मुझे एक लेसन सीखना है. मैं बोलती हूँ देवश्री, अनुज प्लीज़ मेरे साथ चलोगे? आई वॉन्ट टू गो टू अर्थ, मुझे एक लेसन सीखना है. क्या आप मेरे लाइफ में मेरे टीचर का रोल करोगे? क्या आप मेरे पेरेंट का रोल करोगे? एंड बोथ ऑफ यू अग्री. चलो चलो लेट्स गो. आपको मैं ये वुंड दूंगा, आपको मैं ये वुंड दूंगी, और हम सब आ गए अर्थ प्लेन पे. अब आपने अपना रोल प्ले करना शुरू किया और आपने अपना रोल प्ले करना शुरू किया, और मैं विक्टिम बन गई उस मोमेंट पे कि मेरे साथ ये हो गया. बट whereas who had asked you?
Yourself.
I did.
Yeah.
But on the earth plane I come and forget everything. ठीक है? तो यहाँ आके धरती पे आकर मेरा सोल का जो इम्प्रिंट था, जो मेमोरी था, वो भूल गई, and I started to operate on this worldly energy. Now, despite the fact that I had asked you, I start to blame you. You caused me pain. You caused me trauma. You caused me betrayal. और मैंने आकर आपको blame करना शुरू कर दिया. So when you're operating on that level, जब तक कि मैं अपने पेन में हूँ ना, जब तक कि मेरा मन शांत नहीं हो जाएगा, तब तक मैं कभी भी उस लेवल की forgiveness नहीं कर पाऊंगी, where I will say I'm coming from soul's perspective. These are the people that I called upon, and ये तो मेरे लिए आए थे ना, मेरा चैप्टर कंप्लीट कराने के. इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग थैंक यू, आई एम ब्लेमिंग यू ऑल. तो फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ फॉरगिवनेस क्या होगा? वेयर आई प्रोसेस माई इमोशन, आई से दैट yes, I absolutely acknowledge that I went through so much pain, right? And I now need to learn my lessons. The first stage of forgiveness is that I need to learn my lessons. First, I need to forgive me for not knowing how to love myself so much कि मेरी लाइफ में इसको आना पड़ा और इसको आना पड़ा मुझे ये लेसन सिखाने के लिए. ठीक है? ये करने के बाद जब मेरा वुंड का चार्ज खत्म हो जाए, राइट, एवरी इमोशन हैज़ एन इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज टू इट, कि किस इंटेंसिटी का करंट लगेगा उस इमोशन का, देयर इज अ चार्ज टू एवरी सिंगल इमोशन. तो जब तक मेरा वो चार्ज नहीं खत्म हो जाता ना, कि मैं शांत हो गई कि आज उस एपिसोड के बारे में बात करके मुझे कोई फीलिंग नहीं आ रही, इट्स जस्ट हिस्ट्री फॉर मी. जब तक ये स्टेज नहीं आ जाता ना, तब तक हम अल्टीमेट लेवल ऑफ फॉरगिवनेस पे नहीं जाते. देन कम्स द अल्टीमेट लेवल ऑफ फॉरगिवनेस, जहाँ मैं सोल के पर्सपेक्टिव से समझती हूँ, एंड आई से ओ माय गॉड, यू आर माय ग्रेटेस्ट टीचर अनुज, यू आर माय ग्रेटेस्ट टीचर देवश्री, यू ऑल हैड टू कम ऑल द वे टू अर्थ, टेक एन एंटायर बर्थ टू हेल्प मी लर्न माय लेसन्स. दिस इज नाउ कमिंग फ्रॉम ट्रू कंपैशन एंड वननेस एनर्जी. इसमें ना आप बड़े हो ना मैं बड़ी हूं. We are both at the same level, right? We're on the same page, we're on the same plane. So this is the next level of forgiveness where my soul honors your soul and I become one with all of us together.
So when you spoke about soul, I can somehow relate it to karma. Correct me if I'm wrong, that we carry our past life karma and then the suffering comes in this lifetime. Now, lot of people will not understand that because you spoke about it, and we can have like a totally different episode on that. But do you feel
It's all connected, Debashri. You're very, very right. It's all connected. If I have to give you in a nutshell, the understanding of how it comes through is that your DNA carries information. And where are you carrying your DNA from? From your parents, from your ancestors. So the entire history is carried forward in your DNA. So you can't ration this information out. कि सिर्फ अच्छे संस्कार आएंगे and traumas नहीं आएंगे. So we carry a lot of information from our parents and our grandparents and our ancestors as well. Karma to hai. Like from a soul's perspective, when we were talking about why would you choose to come with me? Not just because you're my friends. You also have certain lessons to finish with me.
I have to talk about pets here because we just spoke before we started filming that you have a pet and we have like we had so many pets, but we have lost like 5 pets in last 5 years from 2020
I'm
till
so
now.
sorry.
Now, because we are talking about karma, we also have relationship with our pets and they keep
very
coming back to you.
Yes.
But there is a trauma which comes along with the loss of pet as well, or
Yes.
the death of human being as well. How do you address them?
This is grief. This is sense of losing somebody who pets love you unconditionally. And I don't think any love can be compared to the relationship that we have with our pets. And I don't even want to use this word pets because they are babies for us. Like people who have fur babies know the value of this
Only one, like you can understand
Yes.
my feelings, our feelings, and likewise. So they are even more than human babies, I feel, because they're always with you unconditionally. And when you lose them, you lose a piece of your heart.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. And you know what? It is so strange that every time we meet a new fur baby, it never seems like they are strange to us. They are a stranger to us, or they are new in our life. It always is a reunion. And I'm sure you must have felt that.
Because
Every
last year,
time, every
last year we lost our 2 dear boys, Pug and my cat, a male cat. They were best friends, and when our boy, Pug boy, died, he was 12 years old boy, but they were best friends. My cat was just 6 years old, and he died exactly 1 month after.
They followed each
So
other.
they followed each other. I could not process it even now. Like I am also talking through this podcast because even I am healing, I think, because when he was gone, I was not able to even talk about it. Like for all my 5 pets, I posted on social media. I kind of acknowledged it, but for him, I did not acknowledge it also. And yeah, it's been like I'm better now. But after that, we adopted one baby, and exactly it was like reunion. He's like a mixture of both my boys, like my dog and my cat. They have the 50-50 personality.
I'm so glad you have.
And he can say more because
Yeah,
the
because we both got shut down after we were not able to uh, process it. We were with each other, but her pain was different. My connection was with the pug. She was more inclined with the Persian cat. But we were both processing it, but we both got shut down. During this phase, spirituality, you also spoke about with your folded hands, gratitude, taking the energy from some source. Like my for me is Ganesh. So he becomes the source of the power, the energy, the divine source. Spirituality, gratitude. If somebody is navigating through pain. I want to understand, maybe I don't have the right word, but I want to understand it from you, how it will help us navigate through that pain or trauma that we are going through.
Can I talk a little bit about science? When we talk about gratitude or any other elevated state of emotion, we're talking about frequencies. Whatever frequency I exist on, I'm going to share that only. Right? If I'm an energy of love, what can I share? What do I have with me? I can share love. If I have a gratitude energy inside me, what can I share? More gratitude. But if I have more pain inside me, what can I share? More pain. The people who are connected with us, our babies, our fur babies, we have those eternal cords attached to them. When a mother is sad, the child also experiences the same emotion. When the father is sad, the child also experiences the same emotion. Whatever my state of emotion is, my children will also share the same emotional energy field. So if you are, I cannot even give you a way to get out of grief, because you can't get out of grief. It's a sadness or an emptiness that stays inside you. Yet you have to learn to maneuver around it. And nothing can fill that. Right? But then if I absolutely just start remembering the good times I spent with my loved ones, and by not putting myself in the pain energy again and again, I'm actually consciously giving out the energy of love and gratitude, sharing it with my loved ones around me. Because when I remain in pain, I'm also contributing pain to my loved ones. And I don't want to give them pain at any cost. So wherever they are, if they have incarnated, I'm sure they're living a life, whether with you or wherever. Right? Or not incarnated also. Even in energy form. You don't want to share that pain, right? You just want to bless them that wherever you are, I remember you with love. And I wish that you have a good life. That's all that you want for your loved ones.
Correct. So when we are going through this phase, मेरे पास ये थी, इसके पास मैं था. When somebody is going through a trauma, maybe we are not at same frequency, but we are not that far apart. हम लोगों का pain जो था almost identical था, and she was there to help me navigate. I was there to help her navigate. लेकिन हर जने के पास शायद वो दोस्त नहीं होता जो उसी frequency पे हो.
Agreed.
तो जो जिसको trauma है, somebody is going through something, for that person, is it okay to vent out or to reach out the person who that person calls friend? Maybe उस frequency पे नहीं है, उसके पास हो सकता है कोई solution नहीं है. Is it still okay for that person to make a reach out to that friend, as from trauma healing perspective? Will that friend be benefited?
Very much. Very much. When you share, especially coming from an awareness perspective. आज अगर मुझे कोई पेन है और मैं अनुज आपको फ़ोन करके बोलूँ या देवश्री आपको फ़ोन करके बोलूँ, तो listen, I just need a warm listening space for me. Can you be that for me? Ask. हम क्या करते हैं, ट्रॉमा डंप करते हैं लोगों पे यूजुअली. ठीक है, वो करने की जगह इफ आई आस्क यू दैट कैन यू बी दैट सेफ स्पेस फॉर मी टू कम एंड ऑफलोड, can I have a cup of tea with you because I want to talk about this, is too heavy for me to deal with, can you be there? And the other person says yes, please go ahead. And if you sense that this person has not experienced the same level of love with fur babies, then you can't share. Even if you do, they won't get it. But sometimes friends are there who are there unconditionally, and then they say that no matter what you're going through, I'm with you. Look for those people.
But sometimes it can be also the other way, right? If we are not going to the right person to talk about our pain, it can
backfire also. Like for example, a person who doesn't know about pets, and you go and start sharing your love for your babies there, they will say, they might behave insensitive with you, causing you more pain. So इससे तो better है go to a coach, go to a therapist who will give you that safe space to talk. No judgments, no attachments there. No, no rejections, no separations, no judgments towards what you are saying. Then that becomes a safe space. Which is why I encourage people to go to a professional. They may not feel your pain, but at least they will give you that space for you to let it out.
What's the best way to handle your emotion? Is it like confronting it, pain के through निकलो, रो उस वक्त, or you just let the emotion fade away, understand it better, find the right feeling कि क्या करना है, confront करना है, रोना है, चिल्लाना है?
बहुत ज़रूरी है उसको इमोशन को प्रोसेस करना अनुज. उसको पी जाना ज़्यादा डेंजरस है. रादर सबसे ज़्यादा डेंजरस है जब लोग अपना पेन पी जाते हैं. I have seen a lot of people get addicted. A lot of people come to me. And all cases of addiction are rooted in emotional pain.
Like we don't acknowledge our pain or trauma and we just give them more.
You're trying to numb your pain by replacing love or feeling of safety with substance.
By talking about it and repeatedly will eventually help.
Yes, it does. Of course it does. But heal कर देगा? नहीं. पेन का इंटेंसिटी कम कर देगा. एक चीज मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट जो हमें बचपन से सिखाई जाती है बेटा टाइम विल हील एवरीथिंग.
Time takes time.
Oh no, time doesn't heal anything. It's just, you shove something under the carpet and you walk away. It's like that. And you simply just forget about it, that it is there. But 20 years later, you pull up that rug and you say, Arey, ye to yahi hai. It doesn't go away, no? So does time heal anything? No, it just makes you forget that thing.
And also every individual is so different. We cannot have a set rule for everyone to process their
Agreed?
trauma or pain, right?
Agreed? Absolutely, yes.
आपने बोला वो carpet के नीचे डाल दिया उस चीज को. There are certain patterns like people do it there in their relationship, being in a toxic relationship, या फिर उनके साथ relationship से issues होते रहते हैं. Is it also like the unhealed child wounds and traumas?
Yes, very much. Trauma का ना nature है repetition. Trauma is not memory. Trauma is pattern. Grade 5 में maths पढ़ा था. उसमें क्या सिखाया था? Patterns क्या होते हैं?
हाँ, जो एक certain segments का वापस repeat होता है. Like they keep repeating after a certain.
A line, dot, dot, circle, circle. Line, dot, dot, circle, circle is a pattern. ठीक है, हमने मैथ्स में पढ़ा था. ट्रॉमा एग्जैक्टली ऐसा ही होता है कि एक पैटर्न है जो बार बार रिपीट होता है. एक ट्रिगर आता है, वो दोबारा उस पैटर्न को रिपीट करता है. फिर एक ट्रिगर आता है, फिर दोबारा उस पैटर्न को रिपीट करता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर किसी का लो सेल्फ एस्टीम है या मान लो किसी को रिजेक्शन से प्रॉब्लम है, उसको बचपन में रिजेक्शन मिला, ठीक है, अब उसको जैसे कोई कुछ भी कमेंट करेगा उसका रिजेक्शन वापस आ जाएगा. उसको लगेगा कि एग्जैक्टली सेम फीलिंग आया मुझे. चाहे उसको कोई कंस्ट्रक्टिव फीडबैक दे रहा हो, बट उसके वर्ल्ड में तो वो हो गया ना कि अरे दिस पर्सन कॉल्ड मी बाय द सेम नेम एंड व्हिच माय ग्रैंडमदर यूज्ड टू कॉल मी व्हेन आई वाज 5 years of age. Trauma is patterns. It isn't memory.
क्या ऐसा हो सकता है या फिर in your experience you saw like a person has multiple traumas sitting as wounds coming from their childhood, like not just one, different. किसी को टोक देने का trauma होता है, authority का trauma है, somebody being compared always all the time. तो multiple set of traumas are building up in the childhood and that reflects in adulthood, like a person coming to you with different bouquet of trauma.
Multiple ही होते हैं हमेशा. It can never be one. Because once something happens, the nature of trauma is to keep repeating. It becomes pattern. तो कभी भी एक एपिसोड नहीं आएगा. मैंने अपनी लाइफ की हिस्ट्री आपको बताई. That started from the age of 13, continued one after the other, things started happening.
So you're saying just because you had that 13 years old trauma, because of that all the other traumas manifested.
Yes.
Like it's like attracting. Let's talk about emotion से थोड़ा हट के अभी बात करते हैं. Let's talk about career and job. One person keeps attracting a bad boss, और या काम पे आपको ऐसे ही लोग मिलते हैं जो जिसको आप ट्रस्ट नहीं कर सकते, या who give you a tough time. It's also because of inner child trauma.
यस 0 to 7 की एज में आपकी लाइफ में जो हो गया वो आपका प्रेमाइस बन जाता है लाइफ का. इट्स लाइक द स्क्रिप्ट. और वो बाद में जाकर रिपीट होती रहती है, बार बार रिपीट होती रहती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर किसी बच्चे को ये बोला कि तुम यू आर फैट एंड यू आर अगली एंड यू आर नॉट इंटेलिजेंट, तुम बंदर जैसे दिखते हो. बहुत बार मजाक में ही बोल दिया जाता है तुम बंदर जैसे दिखते हो, लाइक एज टाइनी एज दैट. बट देन उसने इंटरनलाइज कर लिया उस फीलिंग को. नाउ इमेजिन दिस चाइल्ड ग्रोज अप एंड हैज अ मीडिया रोल, और अब उसको जाना है कैमरा के सामने. वो क्या फील करेंगे? मैं बंदर जैसा तो नहीं दिख रहा.
कॉन्शियस हो जाएंगे हमेशा.
मुझे बोला था आई एम फैट, आई एम अगली, ओ शिट, आई मस्ट बी लुकिंग फैट एंड अगली इन फ्रंट ऑफ कैमरा. नाउ व्हाट डू आई डू? Will I be my best self? Will I be able to perform my job to my best? So you will certainly carry the same image of your inner child even in your adult life. Your self-esteem as your inner child will keep reflecting in your adult life as well. So it is absolutely related.
So now let's talk about you again. Not the childhood, now you as a therapist, as a coach, as an inner child healer. You are dealing with so many people who like come to you and you listen to their trauma. How do you deal with your own emotion? Or is it like very emotionally draining for you?
No, not at the moment. Absolutely not. The reason why it's not emotionally draining for me now is because at the moment I am not operating on my pain. When you're a new coach, when you're a new person in this field, and you're still on your path of healing your own wounds, that's the time when a person is very likely to be affected by what people come and tell you. In my case, it took me 20 years to heal my own wounds, so I had done enough work for me to not get affected by people's emotions. Now when somebody comes to me, yes, I listen to them. On a human level, I may feel bad that, this person is really going through a tough time. But it doesn't trigger me and it doesn't make me feel exhausted and drained. Because now I'm not operating on pain. Now I can see the person from their soul's energy. That this is a soul who has come on this plane to learn this lesson. This is why they are going through this suffering, and this is who they really are, and this is what they need to wake up to see how beautiful they are. How great their inner light is. They just need to wake up to the fact. Now I see every soul like that. So I'm not operating on the level of pain with them. If I start operating on the level of pain with them, then why are they coming to me? Then I am their neighbor, or I am their friend, and I am the ghar ki chachi masi, the same energy who's not healed through their own pain and just sitting and listening to somebody's painful emotion. Then I'm no different. The very fact that I'm in a position to help others is only because I've healed through mine. And I did not take this authority to work with people until I had worked on my own self. And it is extremely important for coaches and therapists to go through their own healing. Because what I see as a trend is that a lot of people simply just go sit in courses and think, I am now trained to work with people. When I train people, they have to first of all heal their own pain, then appear for an assessment, and then be ready to work with people. So there's a whole, process to it.
So our education system, do you think it's equipped? आपने अपने conversation में क्या बोला था, ये 0 से 7 साल की जो उम्र होती है, that's the most vulnerable age. And childhood trauma, healing trauma के बारे में बात किया. Our parents and our education system is equipped enough, are they learned enough ki how they can protect the inner child or the child who they are about to raise or they are giving education to?
I would say there's always scope for learning and improvement in every area. However, as a parent, I have seen the world evolve. From when I was a child to when my children are now in school, it's a different world. They have the power and autonomy over themselves. And when they are not allowed to express themselves, sometimes we stand up for them, and sometimes the teachers also help them. The environment has changed. It's a very different world we are living in today. But you know what hasn't really changed on a much larger scale is the conversation within families. The conversation within families that needs to happen is that every individual, even when they are a child, needs to be respected equally. The hierarchy system of every family, or the patriarchal system of families, which says that honor the grandfather, honor the father first, and then the mother, and then the children, and you know,
तो कैसे होना चाहिए? कैसे? I mean,
individuals should be treated equally. Like in my family, I can only give the example of where I am coming from. My children, both my children, my daughter is 18, my son is 12, both have equal right to come and talk to us as adults. We don't even treat them like children. Ki inko kya pata? My husband and I and both my children sit down together, and if there is a matter, all four of us have a say.
So, since you said that there is a lot of change which is already incorporated today's time, now I'm not aware what are the changes because we don't have children and we don't know what's going on in the schools. But yeah, I have awareness that there are a lot of conversations. Teachers are not allowed to hit children anymore. There are a lot of regulations. But even after that, what kind of changes would you like to see in schools, or what you want to introduce in schools which might help in inner child healing?
From my perspective, every teacher should go through this training, because I, as a parent, can control what happens at home, but I don't know what really happens in school. If a teacher has unhealed wounds, she will project it on the children that study with her. Yeah? And not everybody is a passionate teacher. Some people are doing it because they've got to pay bills. Let's be honest.
Correct. Absolutely.
so in your journey, what
Sorry
is?
if I'm being brutally honest.
No, that's
No.
that's correct.
We
and
want
it
to
makes
be
a lot of
honest
sense.
only here. Yeah.
So, what's the one mantra or affirmation that you live by?
Respect yourself first. The most important thing. हमें बचपन में सिखाया गया था ना अनुज, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करें.
In a funny way, but हाँ सिखाया
हमने
था.
माना ही नहीं.
उसको सीरियसली लेना चाहिए.
फिर लाइफ ने सिखाया.
करेक्ट. सबसे पहले आप.
लेकिन बहुत लोगों को उल्टा भी सिखाया जाता है ना.
हमें एक्चुअली उल्टा ही से, हमें दूसरों की जय से पहले तो वाज अ सॉन्ग फॉर अस दैट वी यूज्ड टू सिंग.
दूसरों के लिए जियो, दूसरों के लिए सोचो.
घर आके तो यही बोलते थे ना बेटा. एंड सैक्रिफाइस वाज मेजरली सेलिब्रेटेड.
या
उसने देखो कितना मेहनत किया है ना, उसने पूरा लाइफ का इतना सब कुछ सैक्रिफाइस कर दिया. मैंने अपनी पूरी लाइफ लगा दी. एवरी मॉम, मैंने अपनी पूरी लाइफ लगा दी आपको बड़ा करने में. सैक्रिफाइस एनर्जी. एंड देन यू आर सपोज्ड टू लव एंड रिस्पेक्ट for the sacrifice she's made, not for the mother that she is. So the whole energy of love and respect and give and take is based on what I have done for you.
also glorifying it so much that this is right and यही एक ideal होना चाहिए लड़की.
वो पता है कहाँ से आ रहा है? वो आ रहा है, let's go back to India Pakistan partition times. Freedom fighting and sacrificing को कितना बड़ा important जगह दी गई थी. तो हमारी कंट्री ने स्पेशली ये बहुत बड़ा फेज देखा, फाइटिंग फॉर फ्रीडम. हम आज भी अपने फ्रीडम के लिए ही फाइट कर रहे हैं, ईच इंडिविजुअल.
So beautifully you have explained each and every part. I mean, this conversation has totally transformed a lot of people, I'm sure, including me. It has been really, really helpful. And it's beyond helpful, I would say. Thank you so much, Madhavi, for sharing so much and giving so much insights and teaching us so much.
It's such an honor to do this with both of
No,
you.
really, thank you,
You
Madhvi.
pulled out so much information, and only both of you could do that.
नहीं, you were so open about your own personal experience. Thank you so much. And बहुत सारे doubts हम दोनों के, हम definitely, मेरे तो खुद के words जो मैंने यहाँ पे use किए, it came because it got a lot of meaning because how you explained it, especially the forgiveness part. It will be with me forever and ever. Like how forgiveness in two ways it can be explained. The entire analogy is superbly helpful. Thank you so much, Madhvi.
So really sweet of you. Thank you so much for calling me here and doing this with me. I'm so grateful to both of you.